right, welcome to One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and we have got a lot to cover tonight. You know, we've got people that have just been this last week just traveling all over the country. I just got back from Colorado visiting this guy that I'm getting ready to bring on screen with me right now, my son-in-law, Jay Gill. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, I am doing awesome, Dad. How are you?
I am doing good. You know, we've got some other people that are traveling that we're bringing on with us tonight, so I'm going to let you go ahead and dig in and start telling us what's going on.
Dude, thank you so much. You know I love diving right into it. So, One Nation, are you guys prepared to get spoiled? We have some awesome student athletes here with us tonight. We've got team members from the Lighthouse Preparatory Academy's shooting team. And since this went traveling to they went traveling to Mason, Michigan, and that's where it was the USA High School Clay Target League National Championship. Folks, while some students are out enjoying their summer break, taking it easy, relaxing, these students are gearing up for the largest clay shooting league in the world. I want you just to get your minds blown by
Boom.
that. Out of the 230 teams that came across the country, LPA finished ranked number 89. They missed advancing to the finals by only 2 clays. Hear me, folks, 2 clays. As far as Missouri was represented, LPA was number 1. Belton, Missouri would finish at 120. Knob Noster would finish at 201. LPA had 2 students that advanced to the finals on an individual basis, and that was Riley Pipes and Abe Witt. This was a great showing for Missouri, a great showing for LPA. Tonight, we have head coach Dr. Bryce Kelling on the show, and he's being joined by his 2 sons, Avery Kelling and Aiden Kelling. Dr. Bryce has been on our show before. He's a fan favorite. I know you guys love him. You got to have him back. These men have had a long week, and so we are super excited that they were so gracious to say, even though they were traveling, they were exhausted, they said, yeah, we're going to be back in time because we want to tell everyone about this awesome tournament. So, Dad, let's bring on Dr. Bryce Kelly and his 2 sons, Aiden and Avery.
There they are. Hey guys, how you doing?
Boom!
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. You don't sound too tired. That's awesome. You look like you're refreshed and ready to go.
Tell you what, they look refreshed. Dr. Bryce looks like he needs a he needs a little pick me up shot. Come on. How are you holding up, Doc? You doing okay?
Hey, we're doing good.
Awesome. Man,
Great. Jay, you go
Doctor,
ahead and kick in.
I would love for you to tell us about the USA High School Clay Target National League Champions. You guys went there this past weekend. Tell me all about it. Break it down. I'm super excited.
Well, we traveled up to Mesa, Michigan, which is about 10 hours from here. And the USA Clay Target League is is now the largest youth association in the United States. There's the Scholastic program, the AIM program. There's other programs that are available for youths to shoot. The youth program through the ATA, the American Trap Association. But the USA Clay Target League started in Minnesota back in 2008, but really got official in 2018. And in the last 3 years, 4 or 5 years now, they've really kicked it off. They had 33,000 participants this year across 40 different states. And by 2025, they hope to have 100,000 students shooting trap through the season. So we were up at Mason, Michigan. Our Lighthouse crew qualified for the nationals in both the team component as well as the individual component for 5 of them. And so we went up there last Wednesday. We left, got up there Thursday about noon, had some fun. They had some games, different activities on Thursday afternoon. We shot practice rounds. And then right first thing on Friday morning at 9 o'clock, we were the first flight out. And so we didn't have any warm up on Friday. We didn't have any chance to watch any other teams shoot. And on Friday morning, we got going. And as a team, we shot some personal bests, and that was pretty cool. Right off the bat at 9 a.m. And then we had to wait about 4 hours and then shoot second round of 50 later in the afternoon. And we shot some pretty good scores then. So we had a 463 out of 500 at the end of Friday. So if you think about that, that's an average. That's a great average for our Lighthouse students to shoot. Aiden had a personal best of 93. Philip Crawford had a great 94, which might have been a personal best for him. Abe Witt had a 97 out of 100. He's lost 3 clays out of 100 on Friday.
Wow.
Riley Pipes and Avery both shot 89s, which were not their highest ever, but they were right in there with the rest of the crew. And so we had a very respectable 463 out of 500 on day one of shooting. So that was a lot of fun. 93% hits.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Crazy. That's crazy. You kind of talked about it in some of the text messages, but sorry for going off script, but that's what I do. Talk a little bit, Doctor, about how this was different for your students than any other tournament that they had been involved in.
If you can hear me, I've lost my sound.
All right. Can you hear us at all?
Oh, there. Now we're back. Okay.
All right, Jay, repeat that question.
Yeah, you had kind of talked in your text messages. I was reading what you had sent out, and you were talking about how this was a little different for your students. A lot of them breaking up, not being together, going off with just total stranger kids. I'd love for you to kind of touch on that and the challenges they faced.
So last year was our first year working with the USA Clay Target League. It's very interesting because unlike other groups out there that allow the students and the youth into different high school programs to shoot, the Clay Target League, USA Clay Target League, started in Minnesota, allows us to shoot virtually. So we shoot virtually here in Jefferson City every week for about 6 weeks in the fall, 6 weeks in the spring. We record our scores, put them in, and then based on those scores, along with the rest of the state of Missouri, the different groups, about 11, 12 different schools in Missouri that shoot with this league. There's hundreds of schools in Michigan, Wisconsin. The state of Minnesota has 8,000 students that are shooting in this particular league, and that's where it started. And so you get a chance to shoot virtually at home and kind of with each other. But when we get up there to nationals, we're shooting with other people. They had 44 different trap fields at the Michigan Trap Association, which is not as big as the Missouri Trap Association. We'd love to get them down here at Lynn Creek, but that may be a few years. It's a bigger facility. But when we get up there for nationals, for the team shooting, we're all 5 of us shooting together. And that's what we're used to doing on a daily basis, weekly basis, back here in Jefferson City. But then on Saturday, it's the individual shoot. And Aiden and Avery and Philip and Riley and Abe all got split up. And they're in different trap fields, shooting with different people they've never met before. So there's a dynamic of shooting as a group of 5 as a team. And then there's a different dynamic of being thrown into a different group of 4 other people and do your job and to shoot your clays and to get the rhythm and get the feel of everything. So that's new and that's different and that's challenging, but that's real for these guys. And so on Saturday, we had the individual shoot. We did the team shoot on Friday, the individual shoot on Saturday, and every one of them was in a different group of 4 other students along with themselves from all across the nation. There's 2,000 different shooters there and all their families and friends and coaches and teammates watching. So when you think about that and when you think about the pressure that's put on these guys, walking out, new facility, we're staying in a hotel, we're stressing out about getting there on time, getting to the right field. I, as a coach, am spread out between 2 or 3 different fields at the same time, trying to get people in the right spot, get them going, encourage them, let's go, do your thing. And they got to just go do it. Mm-hmm. And that's where the boys meet the men. That's where these guys in this situation really get to step up and be challenged and they step out and they do the best that they can given the situation. And every one of them did not disappoint. Every single one of them did a great job, extremely well in the team shoot, and then in the individual shoot, they just conquered their own challenges and they went forward and they did a great job.
Awesome. That's what we saw. A bunch of thumbs up. We're flying right there just a minute ago. So, yeah, excellent. Great job, guys. Hey, Aiden, I want to jump in and ask you a question. What were your expectations heading into the tournament, and how do you feel it went for you and the team?
Yeah, so like you said, the team shoot went really well. And just expecting what was kind of going on beforehand, I felt pretty confident actually. And I've been shooting pretty good this season. I've had some personal bests. Shot my first 25 out of 25 a couple weeks ago. Um, Felt really good about that, and I could just tell, my shots were going up. So there we go, Michigan. It's team shoot, and I shoot my 92, which is or 93. Yeah, it was 93, and that was the best that I shot so far. So I was really happy about it, and up comes the next day, and I'm ready to go again at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't do too hot. So I there's some bad wind kind of throwing plays wonky and everything, but we're pretty used to shooting with some wind at our home range at Sportsman's in Jefferson City. So I don't know if that threw me off too much, but I think just being in the environment of being around five guys that I don't know, and just starting a station that I don't usually start in, just kind of something that's out of the rhythm. Um, so it wasn't great for me at that particular shoot, but overall I was really excited to be there. Again, wouldn't trade the experience for anything, and I was really excited for all my teammates who also did really good, especially Abe who did a 97 and Riley who shot up there as well, and they both moved on and they both did a really good job in the finals as well. So I was really happy about that, and I think just overall the team did great. I think we held our game, and we stayed focused, and we definitely made a name for ourselves, especially for Missouri as well.
Well
So
done. Well done. That was a great answer, Aiden. And I also like the fact that you were talking about the wind. I could have used that last week when I was in Colorado with Jay, and I was doing really good with cornhole, and then it was like the second day it just completely left me. So I think Jay, it was a wind. I think so.
It,
yeah,
I think it was definitely the wind,
The
Dad.
sun the sun was closer. I think all of that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk bad about cornhole. Last time I did that, the system shut down. So,
Yeah.
Dad, you did great. I love you. Avery, let's get you brought in, bud. What was it like in that environment with all those people and teams coming together? Touch on that for us.
yeah, kind of like what you guys already said earlier. I mean, it's intimidating with 4,000 people. I mean, shooting with, or I guess 40 fields at once with five people. I mean, there's a lot going on, and with everybody watching you, it's a lot of pressure. But I mean, it'll really get your heart going if you start thinking about it. But you really just have to step back, think about it like you're shooting at home. I mean, it it caught up with me a little bit on that, but I just had to remember I'm shooting the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. I just got to step back.
Avery, how special was it for you to be able to spend that time up there with your brother and your dad?
Oh, it was amazing. I loved it. Going from not being able to shoot much till shooting now, and being able to share that experience with them was really fun. And with Aiden leaving next year, I mean, it's really the last opportunity to do that together, and to do it and shoot some of our best shooting. It's really fun.
That's great. Very good. Very good. Jay, see, I just went off script, so there you go. You're next.
Hey, man, you're not. I was thinking the same exact
Okay.
thing, Dad. It's like you and me are twins. I just have more facial hair.
That's
Anyways,
right.
Aiden, I want you to kind of touch on this experience you had, comparing it to some past experiences. What did you like about this, or what did you not like? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, for those of you who don't know or do know, last year was our very first season of this shooting team, and so last year we had no idea what we were getting into. We had no idea what the competition looked like, how other people were shooting, what to expect. And so last year at nationals, especially, we went in there completely blind. We didn't actually go with enough people to shoot on a team, so we actually went down and arrived the night of the team shoots. And so we were really on there for one. We were really only there for one day to shoot individuals, and then we left. But it changed up this year how we kind of knew what we were doing. Um, and we definitely showed that through our scores, just our averages throughout the season going up. We were more used to the competition and all that. So when we got there, we actually showed up the first day that they started. They had before team shoots. It was on Thursday, I believe. Um, they just had all sorts of games and different things going on. They had what was called Annie Oakley's. I'll give just a brief explanation of that because I could go in more detail. But you have several people standing on a line, and first person goes, and they'll throw out a bird, and they shoot. And if they miss, then the second person has to shoot at it. And if they miss, the third person has the option to shoot at it. And if they break the clay, then they get the other two people out. So the same goes if you're the second person to shoot, and so if you're the first person to shoot, you want to hit the clay because if the next person shoots, then you're out. Then you're out. So they had that during that day. They had cornhole. They had all sorts of stuff going on, just to kind of get used to the environment and just kind of know where you are and just kind of see where the fields are. Get to shoot some practice a little bit. And the next day was our team shoot. So we were fresh. We were already there. We already knew what everything looked like. And sure enough, we were in the first flight, which meant we shot right at 9 o'clock for our first round of shooting. So that was great. And we felt really confident. We felt really good. And got that over with. So the next day, we go out for individuals. Again, we're used to it. We just kind of know what's going on. We're comfortable. Two of our guys advanced, and we stayed there even another day for finals. So we ended up spending a lot more time there at nationals in Mason, Michigan than we did last year. So it was definitely cool to kind of be there for almost a week just to be able to kind of see everything that unfolds. Whereas last year it's just kind of we just caught a little bit of a snippet, and it was much more hands on this year, which is great.
Well done. And you know what? Somebody else, your mom, she's on here and she said, proud of the whole team. Go Eagles. And you know what? I love that, Zoe, because Jay calls me the bald eagle all the time, and you got the bald eagle emoji. Thank you so much for bringing that in. That's great.
I
Jay,
like that.
we got one more question, Jay, before the break. So why don't you go ahead and hit that?
Yeah, so Avery, I kind of want you to touch on your expectations going into the tournament, and then shout out to your team and also the individual performances. What was your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, so showing up last year, I didn't know what to expect, and I really just went into shoot, and I think I shot my worst last year as throughout the whole season. It wasn't good at all, and I just really didn't know what to expect. So this year, I knew that would probably happen a little bit, but throughout the season, my averages has been going up, and on our state shoot to go to nationals, I shot my best, and I earned third place in that. So knowing that I'm going off of that high, I knew it could do pretty good. But showing up, practice went pretty good, and then the individuals, my first round even, I couldn't get myself to hit what I needed to, and so after thinking about it throughout that 4 hour break I had, I was able to bring myself back into it and just barely missed the cutoff, but I really exceeded my expectations for that part. And the team wise, we did really well. We did our best ever as a team total, and just with my expectation and how I shot that day, it kind of helped bring the team down. But overall, I think we did really well.
Very cool. Again, your dad was communicating a lot with me, with sending text messages, letting me know how you guys were doing, and it's pretty exciting. Got to see a lot of different pictures, and um, I shared a lot of that with Jay today, and he got to go through and see all that stuff too. So very, very cool experience. I know you guys had a lot of fun. Hey, we've flown through this first segment, so we're going to go ahead and hit our sponsors, and then we'll come back for the second segment. And also, this time we've got something called the speed round. We didn't give you guys any idea that those questions would be coming. Those will be at the end. It's a lot of fun. So be looking forward to that, and do not leave right now, okay? Wait for me. We'll be
All
right
right.
back.
Not everybody is an 8 to 5 Monday through Friday type. At CNS, we have employment options for the way you want to work with our flexible scheduling program. Flexible scheduling is designed to fit your lifestyle and allows you to be in control of your schedule. CNS offers insurance plans upon employment. Celebrating 45 years of staffing, CNS Business Services.
Say yes to CNS.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
While I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
All right. We really appreciate our sponsor, CNS Business Services and the Missouri Army National Guard. Jay, why don't you just quickly do that thing you do?
Absolutely. CNS Business Services has been around since 1977. That's 45 years, folks. If you are in need of a job, if you are looking for a place of employment, connect with CNS Business Services. They know what they're doing. They can work with flexible scheduling, flexible hours, and they can get you connected with the business that matches your core values. So do not hesitate. Reach out to CNS Business Services, and they will help you out. And then it is July. We have our patriotic issue of Sports Locker magazine coming out. We are super excited to have the Missouri Army National Guard joining our program and sponsoring us. If you have that calling, that feeling inside that you are looking for a way to serve your country, get connected with the Missouri Army National Guard. Tremendous people, and we can't say thank you enough to all the people out there who are serving our nation and our country. We absolutely love you guys, so thank you.
Yeah, and it's great because one of the student athletes that we're featuring in this issue is going into the Missouri Army National Guard. So, we are thankful for everything that they do. We're also thankful that you guys are joining us tonight. And there's another business represented right here, Kelling Family Chiropractic. And,
Boom.
I'm just going to say right now, they are my friends. They make me feel better when I go in there. And I'm going in there Thursday. So I see my neck's a little crooked. We're excited. So we really appreciate everything you guys do in the community. Dr. Bryce and your family is just a great example of what a small business should be in mid-Missouri. So we appreciate you guys.
We appreciate that, Kirk.
All right. Well, hey, I want to ask you real quick. Tell us about the team that you took to Michigan and a little bit about each of the individual performances.
Sure. Well, we ended up taking our top 5 with us. We had 7 members that were part of our team all through the spring season, and a couple of them were not able to go with us, but they could have gone and done well. It's been fun. We started this program a couple years ago at Lighthouse in such a way that the kids could shoot, have a association to be a part of on a national level, not just local shooting, but actually get somewhere where they could actually do something and compete with others. The competition that we were up against, if you want to think about this for a second, the number 1 team that won the finals yesterday was from Illinois, and they shot a 977 out of 1,000. So that's 23 clays out of 1,000 that they missed. So when you think of 5 shooters over the course of 2 days, each shooting 100 rounds, that's not many clays to miss. So the competition at the national level is incredibly stiff. Every one of our students from LPA shot over the course of the season at a level to compete with that. And so it comes down to the day. We all know how that works. It comes down to the day, the weekend, the moment, and every one of them did incredibly well. Um, we had a couple students that did not go with us that I would have loved to have gone so that they could got that competition level um, of being with others that are there, being with others that are shooting at a high level of skill. And but that's okay because these guys that went, the five that went, can come back and bring that rest back to the rest of the group and say, okay, this next year, here's what's going on. Here's what we need to do. Here's where we're at. We have the ability to do that. At our state competition, we had about 8 different teams from Missouri that were part of the USA Clay Target League. And again, this is an up and rising. This is an up and coming sport amongst colleges and high schools all over the nation. And so the USA Clay Target League, I found out on Saturday, has just partnered up with the NCAA Junior College Association. So all 500 plus junior colleges across the United States next year, starting this fall, will be working with the USA Clay Target League that we've been a part of now for 2 years for all of their tournaments. Every bit of them, every process that they do with the junior colleges will be coordinated with the USA Clay Target League. So now we've got these students that are shooting with us. Now the junior colleges seeing them and saying, hey, we understand that you guys are shooting well. Do you want to come shoot at college and we'll pay for your education? And so Aiden will actually be going to a 4-year college starting in August, actually shooting with them down in Tennessee. And in that process, he's going to get an experience, much like we had in Michigan, to shoot with other schools, other individuals that are of high caliber. And when the heart rate gets to going and the breathing gets to going and the appendages get to going, you got to learn how to manage all that. Yeah. And that's part of what the national process is, the national tournament process is a part of. Just learning how to handle those things, like the boys said. It's nervous, it's nerve-wracking. But these guys did a great job. I want to say this much. Every single one of the 5 on the team that we took scored a 25 out of 25 on one of their rounds at the national tournament level. So not all of them at the same time, not all of them at a critical time to combine to move on to the next level at a higher level, but every one of them hit a personal best of 25 out of 25 at the national tournament. A couple of them hit their all-time personal best of hitting a high number as well. And of the 3 Missouri teams that were represented at the national tournament through the USA Clay Target League, we were the highest. And it was cool to see a couple other schools there from Missouri that represented well, moved on to the national tournament for individuals. None of us from Missouri moved to the team, but individuals all moved on to Sunday for individual shooting. And every one of them did a great job. We ended up 89 out of 230 from a team standpoint, and that was only 2 clays away from being in the top 80. So that was not a lot. Every one of them, had they done just even 1 clay target better, would have put us to the next level as a team and as individuals. So that's where the realization comes is everyone matters. You worry about the one, you take care of the one in front of you, and then you don't worry about other things. You have to, tune out of the distractions around you. You have to do such in such a way that allows you to focus. And that's a lot of what we do at the national level. It's kind of cool. So unlike other schools around us in mid-Missouri that don't participate in a group that goes to a national level, we do. And that's what's been fun about doing this at Lighthouse and getting this started. Other schools that want to participate can connect with me. We can let them know how that works and how we're going to do it differently for next year. I've already got some great ideas. I've talked with the boys on the drive home last night. We got in late last night after we left and had lots of decompression time and talking about just all the great wins and the things that we had, as well as how we can improve for next year. And we've got some great ideas and some things that are going to allow these guys to do much better next year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Every year we grow.
While you just said that just a little bit ago, this was one of the questions I had. So how does somebody get involved in a program like this? Say, for instance, one of the other schools, their school doesn't have a program. What can they do?
Well, if a school does not have a program, a school can start a program. And if they want to know the logistics of that, contact me directly and I can get that plugged in. And that's one of the things. One of the main guys for this program, USA Clay Targets, Target League of the USA, is, again, they're headquartered out of Minnesota. But one of the main guys a part of that, his name is Josh. He and I are partnering up for Missouri. How do we make Missouri represent well? So we had 2,000 students at the national shoot this last weekend in Mason, Michigan. With that said, there were over 33,000 students across 40 states that participated in the spring semester with the USA Clay Target League Association. Of that said, Minnesota, their state, okay, let me back up. Missouri, we had 85 students participate in our state tournament in June. 85. And that was over 8 different schools. Minnesota had 8,000 students participate in their state tournament. So the national tournament for USA Clay Target League was really 1/4 of what Minnesota was, but it was the top 1/4 of the entire nation. And so with that said, there's a lot that can be done. Students around here, schools around here, coaches around here, parents around here want to figure out how to make this work. Let's just figure out how to connect with me through Lighthouse or my personal Facebook or whatever the case may be, and we can build that. There's lots of ways we can build that because we would love for Missouri to be just as big as Minnesota in the years to come, and we just have that big of a showing because it only benefits the students in that process.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing that. And again, if anybody is interested in that, please contact Dr. Bryce Kelling, and he will get you guys in the right direction. Thank you so much. Jay, you got a couple questions for these guys over here, right?
Absolutely, I do. So Avery, you got pretty close to qualifying for finals. You touched on that. What did you learn about yourself in that moment, and how do you plan on making adjustments or applying that into the future of your career?
Yeah, I mean, it was frustrating shooting 2 under, and same with the team, we were 2 under. But I just had to know, I mean, it happens, and you can't, you just have to shoot your best and try your best. And I was just thinking about it the next day and then on the way home, and I'm gonna probably just go out until next season and just shoot a little bit every now and then here and there, just maybe a box or even a whole case, but just kind of get my rhythm down, get my pattern, get my sight picture, get how I move to hit the clays and stuff like that. And I mean, it's frustrating shooting 2 under and you're that close and you travel all that way, but it's just motivation now. I mean, to try to exceed that and do better next year.
Yeah, you say frustrating, and my mind's like, how motivating. Like, you were so close. Like, you can do it, bro. So like I'm
Mm-hmm.
just super excited to see the work you're gonna put in. Because I kind of know your dad, and he's gonna make sure you put that work in. And I'm excited to see how you perform from here on out. So congratulations, Avery. Just great job.
Thank you.
Good.
Aiden, everyone's kind of touched on it now. They're all kind of sad. I can tell it in their voices and in their stories. You are leaving. I want to
Yeah.
talk about that. You're heading to college. Your dad said it's in Tennessee. Where are you going? What's your plans? We're super excited to keep cheering you on.
Yeah. So it is actually, I guess I'll move down to Tennessee and go down to Bethel University down there. There, I'm going to shoot on the archery team and the shooting sports team as well. So I'm going to be getting a little bit of both um, teams there, and kind of been doing what I've been doing the past couple of years here, along with some archery competition. So it's going to be a lot, but I'm really excited for all of it and just being able to do all those sorts of things because I love both sports with a passion, and those are just 2 things that I've just loved clinging on to the past couple of years because I'm a big outdoorsman, I'm a big hunter, and I like having those skills and being able to participate in those sports and getting better at that, not only feels good in that realm, but then also makes me a better outdoorsman as well. So in all aspects of life, it helps me out and just keeps me motivated to keep doing what I love. But yeah, I mean, it was just a great experience these past 2 years, just being able to be on a team and kind of be a team leader in that aspect. Um, Even though I've not been the top scorer, that's for sure, but I've definitely been able to take a leadership position and just being able to show what it's like to, okay, I missed that bird, what you got to do to move on. And I definitely feel like I've showed some other guys, what it's like just to not get frustrated, just to keep shooting, and I've seen them get really good as well, and so I'm really happy about that, and hopefully I can keep growing and keep being a leader in these next couple of years on those teams as well. So.
Well done on the job of leadership that you've done at Lighthouse Preparatory Academy. And just in case people don't know, you were featured in Sports Locker magazine, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Tell them a little bit about that and how that interview process went, and how frustrating or how scared Jay made you when he was asking questions or anything. Did he make you nervous?
No, not too much, really.
Okay.
No, it was a really great time. I really enjoyed it, being able to do the photo shoot. It's just you guys are just so friendly. I just enjoy it so much. You guys are just great at working with us kids and us young athletes, just kind of breaking down, talking about what we like and what we're good at. And it was just didn't feel really nervous at all throughout the interview. It was just felt like we were just talking, like I talked to anybody else. It's just a good time, and I felt like you guys definitely care a lot about us younger generation, and just telling other people about us, especially how we incorporate God into our lives and how you spread God's word in that as well. So I really appreciate everything you guys have done, and all the efforts that you've made just to learn about us and learn about what we're doing and being able to go out and share that.
Well, man, thank you. That was like, wow.
Yeah, I can't wait we're going to cut that out and put that as a plug for our commercials. That was fantastic.
That
Your
was great.
check is in the mail. Thank you.
Now, Avery's.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you. Thank you. And Avery's going to be in the magazine here too, on down the road here a little bit. We actually did things a little bit different this time, so his experience was a little bit different than yours. But it's something that we feel like we're going to be able to give the interview process a little bit more thought, instead of, a lot of times, I mean, you did great, but a lot of times when we are doing the interview process, some people kind of lock up and they don't really give the answers that they would really like to. So we did a little bit different this time. Still the great photo shoot that my daughter and Jay's wife, Katie, does, and she does such a fantastic job. And I really feel like she catches the essence of the student athlete and just the joy and what you guys are doing. So we are looking forward to yours coming out too, Avery.
All right.
But right now, we're looking forward to one final thing. We've gone through everything. Now it's the speed round. And this is where Jay Gill goes crazy. So here you go.
Okay, listen up, folks. This is just a little, rapid fire question interview, just so people can get to know you a little more. Since there's 3 of you tonight, I wasn't going to pepper y'all with a bunch, but I do have some good questions. So I'm just looking for, rapid fire, single word, single sentence answers, and we'll see how you do. Avery, you're up to bat or shoot. You ready to go?
I am. Let's do it.
All right, my guy. Avery, I'm a food guy, if you can't tell. I love to eat. My beard hides my triple chin. Listen, you've got a long day of shooting. You're wiped out. You're exhausted. Your dad's mentally stressed you out. You're like, man, I need some good food. What's your go-to snack or meal?
That's a good question. If I had a lot of time to think about it, but I don't. So I'm going to probably have to go with a nice burger. I mean, that's the only way to do it.
All right.
All right. So nice burger. What kind of toppings? We're talking bacon, cheese. What are we putting on this thing? Come on, feed me.
I've had some with mac and cheese on top.
Whoa.
That's really good. Onion rings, barbecue. I mean, everything's great. I mean, you can't really go wrong.
Boy, that was perfect. That was a great answer. Thank you. If you were a Disney character, Avery, which Disney character would you be?
Ooh, that's hard. But I mean, Goofy. I'd probably have to go with
Okay.
Goofy.
Okay. Going with classic. I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. All right. Your dad might have to chime in on this one. Avery, what chore do you absolutely despise doing?
Dad, do you know?
This guy's all about everything. He'll help. He'll pitch in. I have not heard him complain about much at all, honestly. So when it comes to chores, he's a yes man.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
Avery, which one is it? Surprise your dad.
Honestly, the one that would probably be the worst would be taking out the trash.
Taking out the trash. There it
I
is.
thought you loved that. Come on.
Avery,
I thought it was cleaning the toilets with your own toothbrush. I mean, but maybe not.
Avery, I
Oh.
feel your pain. My mom used to wake me up at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday to take the trash out. Now here's the rub. I was supposed to be sleeping in on a Saturday, right? Because we had school all week. And then the thing is, the trash didn't even come and pick it up until Monday. So she just wanted me up. That was the bottom line. I feel your pain.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Last question for you, Avery. What animal are you secretly terrified of?
I don't know. Secretly, there's not very many. I mean, I'll tell you if I'm terrified of it. But I mean, I'm gonna have to go with like the June bugs. Those will get me every time.
Junebug, no! I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, cool. Thank you. All right, Mr. Aiden, let's go.
All right.
I always got to start off same thing. You've had a long day of shooting. Your dad's mentally stretched you out. You're sitting there like, dude, I need my favorite food, my go-to after game snack or meal. What is it?
I'd have to say some barbecue. There was one place down there in Mason, Michigan called Lucky's, and it was a steakhouse and barbecue. So that day I got some ribs, and that filled me up pretty well. And I'd say just anything with a lot of protein, especially pulled pork or ribs or nachos or something. That'll fill you up after a good long stressful day of shooting for sure.
Good.
I don't know what to tell you. We are carnivores. Let us eat meat. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Aiden, if you could teleport right now, where would you go?
Oh man, I don't know. There's a lot of cool places to go, that's for sure. But I've always wanted to go up north to Alaska or up in Canada, just because the mountains and nature up there is just amazing. And especially during this time of year, it's beautiful, it's warm, it's fresh and nice outside, and just be able to spend time way up there and just do whatever. Ride four wheelers and some trails, just uh, enjoy it, do some salmon fishing, do whatever. I'd say that's definitely where I'd probably go right now, especially with it being the hottest time of the year. I could definitely kill for some cool air right now.
Absolutely.
I got one. So Avery, here we're gonna go right now. Where your brother said that he wanted to teleport to, if you were going there with him, I would have to say one animal I would be a little leery of would be the grizzly.
Yeah,
But
that's one of them. But
okay, have a gun. That's right.
Yeah, you can say what you want about that grizzly. It ain't no June bug. Anyways,
No.
Aiden, what is your hidden talent?
I mean, my hidden talent. I don't know. I mean, I might have to give that to Dad, see what he has to say, but I might need some time to think about that one.
I mean, what can you like lick your elbow, touch your tongue to your nose? I
No,
mean,
can't quite do that.
Yeah. Nor would I want to.
All right. I don't know. Just curious. All right. Hey, Aiden, finish this sentence for me. When I dance, I look like.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
You don't know what you look like? What do you look like when you dance, son?
Probably, man, I probably fish out of water, that's for sure. 'Cause I go all over the place.
I don't know about that. These two boys land up at 54 Country in Fulton almost every Saturday night, dancing the country. And I think they don't look like a fish out of water. They look like some professional line dancers and some country stars. So
Yeah, see, they were just being humble.
Yeah, there's my
yeah,
hidden
they're being
talent
humble. You
for
can probably find them there.
Done pretty good
Definitely
on.
dancing. Definitely, definitely
There's
find
your
their
hidden
barbecue.
talent. That's your
There
hidden
you go.
talent, Aiden. That's what I'm talking about. Country line dancing,
Yeah.
my guy. Very cool.
He's been asked by the school to actually come and teach that before some of their dances at school. So, yep, that's a hidden talent for sure.
All right.
That's
Cool.
awesome. Hey, Dr. Bryce, coming to you now. Now, you've been coaching these two ornery kids all day. You're stressed out of your mind. They're pushing you on the brink, and you're like, I need my go-to after-game snack for coaching these, children. What are you getting?
Well, like these boys mentioned, up in Mason, Michigan, where we've done the tournament the last couple of years, a place called Lucky's up in East Lansing, Okemos, where we stay at the hotel. And it's got some great barbecue. We love rolling in, getting some barbecue ribs, a burger. They got some great food there. We found a new place this year in Mason, just about 5 minutes away from the range, called Darby's, and it's a local hometown favorite. So we're all about finding the local places. And we walked in there, and they had a table for us ready to go. And so that was a lot of fun. We got everything from stromboli to burgers to ribs to you name it, they had it, and it was a lot of fun. I don't need a lot to decompress from these guys. It's a lot of fun just to grab an unsweet iced tea, which is hard to find in the South, but easy to find up in the North in Michigan.
There you go.
So we sit back with that and just kind of relax and enjoy and talk about the day, and it's been a lot of fun. It was a great weekend.
Cool.
I love that. That's awesome. You're a very smart guy, a genius in my book. So I want to know, what book do you recommend for all your friends? Because I need to read it and get smarter.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of books out there. Anything from John Maxwell, I'd highly recommend. John Maxwell is the leader in leadership. He is the absolute foremost when it comes to learning about how to focus yourself and make a difference in others. But when it comes to running your own small business, the E-Myth book, the book called E-Myth by Michael Gerber, it talks about starting your own business, running your own business. And I think that actually applies to a lot of people when it comes to thinking about, what am I going to do with my life? Am I going to continue to work for another person? Am I going to start my own business? Am I going to do my own thing? It's a great book that actually kind of focuses in on some of the basics as far as what we need to do to think about what it takes to actually make life prosperous. It's a non-religious book. It's a secular book, but it's a good book from that standpoint. There's another one called the Energy Bus, and anything by Ed Milet. He's got a great book out right now. There's a few other books that are out there. I mean, catch me at a different moment. I can probably list you a whole list of them. But those are some of my go-tos. So,
Dude, I knew you wouldn't disappoint. So thank you. I appreciate that. What is one thing that calms you down when you're stressed?
I just got to sit back and close my eyes for a minute. The good Lord says that we've got to take some time and we've got to sit back and we've got to find some white space. The Lord says, be still and know that I am God. And I think in this day and age, the biggest problem that we have is that we don't get still and know. We don't get still enough to know. We've got to get still and know that He is our God. And in that process of taking a few moments and taking a nap, taking a quiet time, just creating some white space. If you think about the Bible, if you think about any book that you pick up and read, there's something along the edges of the columns of all the words that's called white space. It's the margin. And one thing that I don't think we have enough time in our life to do is create enough margin in our life to actually stop back and make some notes and to sit back and say, okay, what did I just read on this page? What do I need to put on the side? What do I need to think about? How do I need to refocus from just this one page before I even turn the next page over in such a way that's going to allow me to focus and realize and have some white space to listen to what God's trying to tell me. And we push and push and push and push and push. I try to push these guys to be their best. I try to push them to shoot more. Aiden's heading to college. His number one extracurricular for scholarship at college is going to be archery. And in fact, 2 weeks we're planning on heading down to Alabama for a big classic archery shoot and shoot with some professionals and shoot with some guys from an archery standpoint. So not just shotgun, but another outdoor discipline. So as we look at all those things to kind of push and go and figure out and develop, we got to step back and say, okay, what's God telling me in this? What's he telling me? Where's the white space in such a way to kind of take that breath, take that moment, realize what's around me in such a way that I can develop more, to learn more about him and to learn more about him in a way that's going to help lead others to him. And that's number one. And so in all things that we talk about, all things that we deal with in school and extracurricular sports of all nature, nothing matters more than that. And so I want these two boys that are here with us tonight and the rest of the team to realize that as much as we want to push and strive for a 100 out of 100 when it comes to shooting targets and clays, as much as it comes to shooting archery and hitting every 12 that you can possibly hit on a target from 30, 40, 50 yards away, nothing matters more than knowing who God is and what his plan is for you and what he wants you to do to be advancing his kingdom in all things for your entire life. So that's what it all boils down to for me.
Awesome. Very well said.
Boy,
Very well said.
That wrapped up my speed round, and it wrapped it up beautifully. I don't care who's listening or not. That was a inspirational and also just uplifting. So thank you, Doctor. I appreciate that.
Jay, I just got 3, and then we'll be done.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
I'm just going to go ahead and ask Dr. Bryce real quick. What superhero pairing would be Aiden and Avery?
Superhero pairing?
Uh-huh. Team members.
My goodness. Maybe Wonder Woman and the what's that black cat lady? I don't know. 2 girls for sure. No doubt about that.
Wow. So I'm just gonna not even say anything on that one.
That's awesome.
I was not expecting that. Dad with a little trash talk. Good. All right. Avery, what is something dangerous that you would never attempt to do?
Number 1, skydiving. There's no need to jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
You are not with me on that. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that. So you gotta get there. I gotta get these guys with that. That and bungee jumping out of a perfectly good hot air balloon.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's awesome. All right, Aiden, if there's anything you could do for a thrill, what would that be?
Dad said it right there, bungee jumping. I think that's one thing that I would love to do. I mean, there's a lot of cool things out there, a lot of crazy things, but man, I don't know. I'm a complete opposite of Avery. I think definitely, those are my bucket list: skydiving or bungee jumping.
All right, very good.
Are some cool things. You just got to do them. It might scare you, but you just got to do it once. And if you like it, you got to do it again. But
I'm
you
just
can't
gonna
do it
say,
too many times. You know where that's going.
I'm with Avery. Sometimes all at once is all it takes.
Yeah.
Just the thought of it.
Yeah,
You're
just
done.
the thought of it. All right. Hey, guys, we're finished up, but I'm going to give you two guys an opportunity. So what superhero is Dad?
I'd say the dad from Incredible. I mean, he's
There
big
you
and
go.
strong, and he's quite incredible. So he definitely has quite a bit of superpowers, has quite the family, and has a lot of responsibility there. And he sure knows how to manages a team and sure knows how to lead everybody in that aspect. So I'd say he's definitely him.
Awesome. Well, you guys were so kind to your father right there after he got you. That was good. All right. Hey, guys, thank you. Hold on here with us for just a minute. Jay's going to go ahead and close out the program. You did an outstanding job. We'll visit with you just briefly right after he closes this out. Thank you guys for joining us.
All right.
Man,
All right.
One Nation, what an absolute blast we had this week. This was with Dr. Bryce Killing and Aiden and Avery Killing from the Lighthouse Preparatory Academy shooting team. And we had a blast just dissecting the tournament that they were at. They were at the national championships, and they represented Missouri well, coming in #1 for the state of Missouri. So we are just super glad to have them here, even though they are exhausted and they've been traveling. And so, yeah, we can't thank them enough for taking time out of their very busy schedules to sit down with us and go over that. If you guys want us to keep bringing on awesome people like Dr. Kelling and also Aiden and Avery, you guys know what you need to do. You need to subscribe to our page. You need to share our content, and you need to interact with us, have some fun with us. Zoe, it was a great time having you on tonight, in support of your family, and we absolutely love when we have you guys on here with us live, commenting. That way we can get you interacting with our guests. So we absolutely love you guys. This was great. This is One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra. I'm your co-host, Jay, and you guys all know the Bald Eagle. We thank you guys. We can't wait to see you next week.
All right. God bless you. We'll see you guys next week.
Hey,